Hi ulit guys. So let's test again this laptop, the Machenike T58-VB. This time for video editing naman. This model I have is the one with the 16 gig of RAM and 512 SSD and 1 terabyte of HDD. So let's test this on Adobe Premiere Pro. I've set up here a 1-minute video in 4K resolution sequence settings in 60 frames per second with effects, transitions, and color grading. As for the footages, kumuha lang ako ng random shot sa storage. I have here a shot from the Phantom 4 Pro with a 4K resolution and 60 frames per second. Meron din galing sa DJI Osmo with also a 4K resolution but only in 30 frames per second. And some from my Sony A6300 with 1080p resolution and 60 frames per second for slowmo shots naman. I've added an adjustment layer for color grading and I also applied a lumetri preset. So this is for the whole video na. Here you can see the effects of the LUTs or the Lookup Table. This can transform your footages cinematically. Maraming free nito sa internet. Search na lang. Sa transitions naman, I've applied Chungda's Seamless Transition Pack. I know mayroon pang mas simpleng workflow for this, pero nasanay na kasi ako kay Chungda. So he has zoom, swish pan, spin, RGB split, and many more. I've also added some simple speed ramps for this test. Now, let's check the playback kung kaya niya ng full resolution with all the effects on and without the transitions rendered. Yan, as you can see, gapang guys. But I've expected this kasi 4K yung videos and with effects and transitions. Yung gamit ko sa office na desktop has a Quadro P5000. So it has 16 gig of graphics card. Pero sometimes naghahang pa din ang playback kapag 4K yung video with 60 FPS. Pero meron tayong solution dyan and I'll share it later. Let's try naman kapag naka-off yung adjustment layer but still in full resolution. So, ganun pa din, gapang. Now, let's try the toggle proxies with the adjustment layer on. I'll explain this later sa mga hindi nakakaalam. So ayun, medyo konti na lang ang lag sa playback, and it's because of maybe the transitions that I've added. So the final solution is to render the effects in to out. This will render the preview for all the transitions, and this will only take a short amount of time. Then let's test again. Yun, swabe na ang playback guys. Explain now the toggle proxies. Ginagawa ko to if yung mga footages na in-edit ko are in 4K resolution. Gagana ito if you've also installed the Adobe Media Encoder. You go to the file, project settings, then ingest settings. Then tick ingest and choose create proxies. For the preset, I choose the medium resolution proxy. Basically, ang ginagawa niya is mag-create siya ng proxy file with a lower resolution and bitrate for all the footages in your sequence. But you have to do this prior to populating your sequence. So when you click the toggle proxies, ang mag-play sa preview are the proxy footages, not the original footages. Pero when you render it, yung original videos pa din ang gagamitin niya. So for playback lang talaga siya para smooth at tipid sa oras when you want to preview your sequence. Now let's render the sequence and see how long will it take. First, let's try rendering it in 4K resolution at 60 frames per second with a bitrate of 25 Mbps. So medyo high quality output. Audio is at 256 kbps. Let's render this. Fast forward. Yun, more or less 3 minutes rendering time for this setting. Let's try naman rendering this at 1080p resolution in 30 frames per second with a bitrate of 10 Mbps. So for mobile viewing na setting. Let's render again. Fast forward. So less than 2 minutes rendering time for this 1 minute video. So now, let's play the 4K video output with 60 FPS. So yun guys, in summary, hindi kaya ng laptop na to playback a sequence with multiple 4K resolution videos with effects and transitions. But the workaround is, as I recommend din para swabe ang pag-edit, is to always use proxies if high resolution yung footages, and then render the effects into out para yung mga transitions nakaset na yung preview niya. Thank you for watching again guys, and I hope you find this video helpful. God bless!